Girl Scout cookie. Dang.
Mustache.
What's up, geeks and gamers? I'm Patrick with Archives Media, and this is Archives Podcast Episode 20. This week we're going to be talking about the new gaming browser, Boomer Moments. We're obviously going to do the media segment thing we talked about last week, and obviously, Am I the Asshole? You guys already know.
It's your boy Money Miz back at it with another edition of the Archives Podcast.
You man Wenzel.
With a giant goldfish behind him. I think it's huge.
Nothing.
You want to know the carp the koi's name?
Okay.
Magikarp.
How much was that goldfish? I'm just curious.
Yeah, that was a pretty big goldfish.
So
Like,
that
do they charge
goldfish-
you per gram of goldfish? How much?
Yeah,
how does
because
that
I
work?
buy little ass ones for like less than $1, so I'm wondering
So
like.
he was a quarter at the state
What?
fair.
Oh, that's a little different.
But he was
then.
like this big when they first got him, and now
And then they just.
Oh, so they
fed-
grew him. Okay.
So they got
he's grown.
12 other fishes that were a quarter, and they put them all in a tank, and he was the winner.
Yeah, little fish
So-
battle royale, fish tank royale.
We had to keep the koi in a separate tank because when we first put him in there, the goldfish tried to eat him.
So.
I didn't want my $8 koi fish to get eaten.
I mean, he's probably.
It's your
could
fault for
still
having
get
us for having a shitty fish.
He could still get eaten.
Yeah.
But he could. We did. There were 3 other fish that we put in there. They got eaten.
Yeah, I believe it.
Like we woke up one day and there's half a fish floating around. I'm like,
Yeah, fish are fucking savage.
Yeah, dude.
For real. Fuck fish.
Yeah, fish are gay.
Hashtag fuck fish. Let's
I
get it
see-
trendy,
yeah.
guys.
You know what? I got a bunch of straws here. I'm dumping them out in the ocean.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck fish.
I fucking hate fish. First of all, I don't like to eat fish. They taste gross and they're nasty. Also, fish are just terrible. If a fish was a person, he would probably fucking stab you for nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only type of fish you can eat are like the highest quality fish. And
Good guy
when
fish.
I'm not including crustaceans because I love crustaceans, right? But
I
fish,
just don't like seafood.
you gotta have the highest quality fish to eat, right? But chicken, I will eat any type of chicken at any time, and same thing with steak. I'll have ground beef all the time because you know what? Cows don't suck, you know?
cows aren't people. Their feelings don't matter.
All right, so do we want to get into this this media segment?
Yeah, so we watched. Excuse me, hold on.
Oof.
Sorry, a little something in my throat there. We watched Don't Fuck with Cats over the last week.
That is currently
And
what I'm doing.
we are here to talk about it. What did you guys think, first of all? For those who don't know, it's a 3-part like documentary on Netflix. It's about a guy who's he posts a video online of him. It's really fucked up. Like torturing some kittens, and then these people form like a Facebook group and they like track him down basically. And then he becomes like a serial killer and all this stuff. It's very interesting, actually. It's about 3 hours, but it's worth the watch, I would say. Now that's out of the way. What did you guys think?
So it definitely is worth the watch. I would agree, right? So the intro seemed a little bit lengthy, other than that, because like they give you a lot of background information that seems like it's not necessary.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that actually because I had watched it first. I wanted to tell you that it was it was a bit much at the beginning, but once you like got into it, it was interesting.
Yeah, once you get to the second episode, like it starts to go step by step, and it seems it was going at a good pace. So, I was actually pretty interested in this guy. I was like, yo, is this guy really the fucking guy? Because then he brought up his homeboy. I don't want to spoil it. He brought up his homeboy Manny to try and use as an alibi, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck! Like I started to feel bad for him. I was like, yo, is this dude really like
Yeah, I was
getting
thinking,
finessed?
Yeah.
They got because he's from Toronto. I was like, man, there's some high up dude who's gay. I was like, maybe Drake's out there like fucking with him, you know? Those Canadians, maybe the Prince of Canada. Who knows?
Shit. Oh my god.
But I don't know. We didn't give a spoiler warning yet. We should probably give a spoiler warning, you know.
Yeah. Do we want to just like talk no spoilers and then we can talk spoilers after? How do you want to
We'll
do
just talk. This is their spoiler warning. They've been warned.
All right.
Know, 'cause we'll
Spoiler warning, guys.
it's been spoiled if you stick around past when I burp.
I'm solid.
Was that Brooks? Did I hear Brooks?
Oh man.
Oh my god. What did What did you think, Wenzel?
Um, it took me about 45 minutes to get over how uncomfortable that guy's face made me.
Yeah, the guy, he was a weird looking dude. I don't know why he
Yeah.
was like, they said he was a model and like looked good. I was like, this guy is a weird
Where
fucking.
did he model?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
He was a weird
North
fucking
Korea?
looking dude.
so the thing about most serial killers, because of how the nature of things work, is you have to be good looking at least somewhat.
I didn't think he looked good. I thought
And
he looked
oh,
fucking weird.
I know. Obviously, we didn't, but obviously, some people did.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be like charismatic and things like that.
Yeah.
People, if you're fucking weird and you're trying to get people to come to your house, no one's, they're not gonna
No.
fucking do it. They're gonna be like, no. And then obviously, you could like, fucking kidnap somebody or knock them out and then drag them away. But like, it's a lot easier if you're a serial killer to just like be good look, like Ted Bundy, all these, and all these fucking serial killers, they're all good looking and they're all charismatic, which made it very easy for them to get, mostly women into
Yeah.
their houses or with them, and then they, fucking kill them.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's
how he dumped the body. So he just dumped the body like at his apartment.
out in the garbage. Yeah,
that
was
seemed
fucking-
really reckless. Like, how did you?
Yeah.
Like, if you're at
How
least gonna
weird.
throw it away, like at least put it in the dumpster where a little truck's gonna come and just dump a suitcase out, and it's
Yeah,
gonna
they're
get
not gonna
smashed.
look in it.
Like, how did?
Well,
I
part
really
of it
didn't
was
get that.
they thought maybe he wanted to get caught, kind of, right?
He's
Bec-
releasing a video, right? So
Yeah,
like,
and he's giving little tips and things. Like he obviously thought it was a game, and so maybe he was like, I'll give him a big tip this time, and then maybe it just was a little too much, and it bit him in the ass.
Yeah,
Well,
I
obviously,
get that. Like,
obviously
he's-
it did, but
he's leaving all his little clues, and then he just leaves his big one. Like, here's the fucking body, right in the spot.
yep.
And then I did like how he mailed the left hand to like the left wing party of Canada, and the right hand to the right wing. I was like, that's a man of class there. I don't know what happened to the foot and the head, but the hands were accounted for, and I did enjoy that part.
It did get me thinking about how like the law system works. Do you think the police should look more into like animal abuse than they currently do?
Well, that's the thing I was also thinking about, right? So, this is kind of like a huge psychological profiling case, right?
Mhm.
And it seems like the police just don't have the training and like the resources to manage all that kind of thing. On top of that, they were just internet videos, right? So it wasn't like that was part of the issue with why they made the group, is that they didn't know whose jurisdiction it fell under, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were trying to figure out who's responsible to bring this guy to justice. Is that they were like, oh, fucking, we don't know where he's at. He could be anywhere. And also the original group, I want to say, they're kind of assholes, right? Like they're what's it called? They harassed the one guy who just they thought it was right,
Mm-hmm.
without a whole lot of solid evidence. And then once they had like a halfway kind of match, they all kind of jumped on it, and no one gave them the benefit of the doubt. So if anything, I want to know who's bringing them to justice, right?
It's the vigilante group of internet people.
Yeah,
But they like basically made that guy kill himself.
they 100% did. Yeah,
Yeah, like that's pretty fucked
random
up.
dude in the country next to South Africa.
Texas.
No.
Let's
Close
see
enough.
where that is.
Wenzel, any more thinks?
I want to know at what point along the line.
Namibia.
So like, you kill a cat, the cops don't really come investigate. At what point have you killed so many animals that the cops are gonna come like do something?
That's a good question.
Like, could I go outside and like blow up 500 dogs and the cops will be like, "Oh shit, don't do that again."
Well, like, are they?
I think there's a what's it called? Like chattel, I think is the term. Maybe let me look this up before I sound like a fucking idiot. But that's like
Well,
the legal term for like animals that are your property. I think chattel.
It's like,
Maybe
I have a kitten wherever
I think
it
so.
is.
Yeah.
If I kill it, that's a crime. It's animal abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
But
think
it's also it's mine.
I think the police aren't going to get involved until you mess with someone else's cat or whatever. You know.
So
Yeah,
I
I
could just
think-
keep getting cats and just like blend them into.
I think if it's your
smoothies.
cat, like no one's going to account for it. You know. Like I'm
Yeah,
assuming
if
you
you-
could do this with a kid too. Like if you just have like if you just had a really secluded life and like no one really messed with you, and you have like a 2-year-old kid and you're like, oh, before he gets to
I
school,
don't want this anymore.
I'm gonna blend him, or put him in
Well, yeah,
a
that
vacuum
shit
seal bag.
happens.
Like who's
I
gonna
wanna
stop
know,
you at that point too? You know,
at what point does it become like, are the cops going to get involved?
I think you'd have to mess
Usually
with someone
when-
else's animal.
Or when people find out and make it, because
That
yeah,
too,
if
yeah.
it's just you in your house and you fucking microwave a hamster, nobody knows,
Mhm.
unless you post a video on the internet or
Yeah.
you do shit like that, and then somebody notices, and then law enforcement tends to take an interest.
Where's my cat? I feel like I need to apologize to it about talking about blending it.
No, I said microwaving a hamster.
Oh no, but I talked about putting my cat in a blender.
Oh well.
I don't know, I'll get it
Protein
high
shake
later.
never hurt anybody.
That's all I really have on it. I had a lot of psychological questions. Like what makes a person look at an animal and want to kill it? Like a cat. Cats don't do anything.
it seemed like he came from like a bad background. Like he had his mom who was like, seems like she's like overcompensating now, and he didn't really have a dad, and he didn't really he probably didn't get a lot of attention, right? Which is why he became
Yeah.
like a model, and then like obviously he's fucking weird looking, so he's not a very good model, and then now he's like not getting attention being a model because at the beginning, that's right, they said he had all these fan sites he made for himself, and he made up all these
Yeah,
little
and all the
personas to like talk about
Fake
how
Facebook
cool he
accounts
was.
and all that shit.
Yeah. So it seemed like he was just doing it to get attention, because like that would get someone's attention if you do something really gruesome and fucked up like that.
Yeah,
So it
that's
seemed like that's
definitely
what he was
one way
doing-
to
that's
get
what he was
people
going
to
for.
pay attention.
And now we're paying attention to him too. Oh yeah, those people at the end, they turn to you at the end and they're like, "And you, for watching this entire documentary, are an asshole for giving him all this attention." I was like, "You made the fucking thing." I was like, "You're an asshole.
I do know. I
I'm
was
holding
reading-
you over the river."
Shit.
going over the river. He's in prison right now, and he's not allowed to have access to the internet.
That makes me
Oh,
immensely happy.
Yeah.
And I want to say he's not in like a Canadian or American prison. It's somewhere like
What?
Bolivia.
What?
Let's see.
Why would he not be in a Canadian prison?
Too nice.
I would
There's
agree.
also a
but-
YouTube video that I was watching, so they could have been like wrong.
Yes.
Watch it be like somewhere like Turkey.
Yeah.
No, they should send him to China so we can catch the corona. Then give him Lyme disease.
So I wanted to pose a question, right? So what would someone have to do? So this is pretty fucked up. You can't kill someone, especially because he was taking advantage of the guy who was gay, and he moved away from his home country to like flee persecution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, but now he's provided all of us this world with the entertainment of this trial and the case, and now this documentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, do you think he's broken even with society for repaying us with all these hours of entertainment? Like, what would someone have to do to kind of like to kind of justify another human life? You know, you're like, well, look at all the hours of entertainment I brought.
I think he would have to give
That's a tough question.
back to the community other than
Mm.
entertainment.
Mm.
Like go serve
You're saying-
20 years at like a
You're saying no hours
hospital.
of entertainment are worth one human life.
none that he could give.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't-
Yeah, that's a
Putting a value on a human life is hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's some people out there that be like, yeah, I trade my life for $1 million, and there's some people out there that be like, no, I don't value my life that much.
$1 million. Shit.
I don't know, because you
I
gotta,
got $500,000 for the grenade shits last week, so I better be getting more than that.
Yeah,
for-
that's what I'm saying.
Better have some things to scale here.
I'm like, because that's like 20 years of work, right? If you assuming you're making 50,000, which is the national average, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your entire life for $1 million. Like if you told me that like if I just blink and 5 years later I wake up and I just lost those 5 years, but I have $1 million, I'd be like, you know what? That's a deal.
That's-
That's a deal, you know?
I'd blink as quick as I could.
So
That's-
yeah, just like you're in a coma for 5 years, basically, or what?
Yeah, like I just wake up essentially. And like, obviously I wouldn't have like my apartment or whatever because, like, you know, I can't just hold this for 5 years, but like,
Yeah,
I just
where
wake
where
up
would
down
you
at the
wake up, like
hospital.
in the dirt?
I don't know, like at the hospital or wherever the
Like-
fucking cryo lab or whatever they would do that, you know?
yeah, just Walking Dead. You wake up in a fucking bed.
Does it cover
and
your
then-
hospital bill?
Yeah, you leave with $1 million.
Okay.
I'd be like, that's a deal.
The cat's trying to take the catnip off the chair. He went for the
But
whole
$1
bag.
million for a
Oh,
whole
shit.
life? No.
How many Girl Scout cookies?
Is it Girl Scout season right now?
It is.
Fuck off.
Okay, I
Oh.
think I had some Girl Scouts come to my fucking door the other day, but
No, we were leaving Kroger, and they had a Girl Scout station at each exit.
Ooh.
oh, they had it posted up. I was driving through like a grocery store parking lot the other day with my parents. We like went out for breakfast,
Mhm.
and these girls had Krispy Kreme donuts posted out. Oh yeah, dude, you already know.
Ooh,
Hmm.
the cream.
Scooped up some of them.
Fuck off, cat.
So, don't fuck with cats, you guys. It was enjoyable.
I would recommend a
I liked
watch. Yeah, I would
Sweet.
definitely give it a recommend.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't know
know
what
if
our
I'd-
rating system is here, but I'd give it a watch.
yeah, that was about how that works.
I
Although
give it
don't
two
have
boxes
your
of Girl
girlfriend
Scout
walk
cookies.
in on the last 1/6 of the documentary. She's gonna be like, "Why are you watching this guy who killed cats and now he's like killing killing people and stuff?" I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to figure out how
No,
to deal with
my,
murder.
My girlfriend actually recommended it to me. The
Okay.
media thing was kind of her idea, so that was pretty cool.
Okay.
Smart.
All right. So is it my turn?
I think it is your turn.
All right, so I wanted to start off. I don't know if I'm going to do this every week or what, but I just wanted to share some boomer moments because I'm working
Oh god.
pretty close now. Now instead of just being me and one boomer, it's me and two boomers where I work
Holy
at now.
shit, you got double the boom.
I'm getting double boomed right now, and they're always coming up with these these wild theories and these wild like discoveries about technology that everyone has already known for years, right?
I remember the one he told me about the paint on screen.
I'm still trying to find that. I can't
Did I
find it anywhere.
did I tell that on
I don't know if you-
podcast?
I don't know if you told it on here or not.
Okay,
but I
so
remember-
I'll give everyone a real quick description. So we were just watching like I think it was some sort of commercial for like a smart ring where like you talk into it and then like so it was something
they
like that.
that's a real thing.
Yeah, I think it's not out yet, but it's like a Amazon thing that's in development. But so
Okay.
we saw that. We saw like some sort of news thing about it, right? At work during
Right.
lunchtime, and then some boomer was like, "Yeah, man, technology's getting crazy nowadays. They got these paint-on LED screens where you just dip it in paint and you put it on your wall, and it's just like a TV or a screen there that's there." I was like, "Oh, you know." I let them, you know, think these harebrained technologies exist or whatever, or that their theories and their discoveries are new. I don't try and tell them that like, I think you're full of shit, or yeah, that's kind of the whole point of that system, you know. So he told me that, and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think so. I just thought it to myself. But the one I
Right.
wanted to talk about today, right?
Mhm.
I got two of them. So where I work at, you gotta use some charted value that's on a piece of paper, but you have to enter it into your computer, right?
Okay.
And every time you pick up this box with a charted value, you have to enter it, or you just use the previous Excel sheet that you've used, right?
yeah.
And so what this boomer has done for like the last 10 years is enter the value. And it's like it's probably like 20 boxes worth of like 10-digit values you got to enter, right?
Yeah.
So the first time I entered it, I'm like, well, fuck, I'm going to save that. I don't want to do that every time, right?
Mhm.
So then I pull up my thing, and then like I get the box, and then he comes over to me. He's like, "Hey, you want me to show you something crazy?" He's like, you can save this, and you don't have to do it every time. I was like, oh really?
Thanks,
I was like,
Grandpa.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was like, man, that's really helpful. I really said that to him. But the one I really wanted to get to today is that he was trying to show me this thing on YouTube, right? And there's like a 3-minute healthcare
no.
ad that pops up. He's trying to show me like some gun accessory he got, right? And like this 3-minute YouTube ad pops up about healthcare. And you know what he does? So he's figured out how to mute the tab or to mute the site.
But does he not skip the ad?
He's like, oh man, I always mute the site and I go do something else for 3 minutes. I just play back the video.
God.
I didn't tell him, of course. I still did not tell him that you can just skip the ad because he doesn't. He takes his glasses off when he gets to his computer,
And he just...
and he can't see that it says skip ad.
Okay. Is that all your boomer moments?
That
Or
is all
I
my
have-
boomer moments.
Okay. There's a guy I work with who is like he's I don't want to go too much in. He's an interesting character. He believes in like aliens and
Oh man.
he's one of these. And so sometimes I'll come in from lunch and I usually go on lunch, like 1 or 2 minutes before he does.
Mm-hmm.
So I come back in and I'm like back ready to go to work and I like ask him something because I'll be like, oh hey, can you tell me about this, that, or the other thing, and I'll like see what's on his like on his computer
Yeah.
because he's sitting there working and I walk up and talk to him. And the other day he searched real life Leviathan.
What's Leviathan?
Today, like a kraken, like a giant sea monster.
Oh fuck.
Today he had like some throwing knives that he was looking at, and he doesn't like. He just goes on Google image search and just like scrolls through all of the images for everything. Yeah, and then the one time he was just like he literally just searched Trump on Google Images and it was just yeah.
He's just looking at pictures of Trump.
I'm just like, all right, dude. Okay.
How old is he?
He's, I don't know, maybe 60 or something. He's a fucking boomer. It's just like, Jesus. He's a nice guy. Like, he's a really
Yeah.
nice guy. He's cool. Don't get me wrong. He's, and he knows a lot. He's definitely very helpful. He knows a lot of shit I don't know. But it's just, it cracks me up sometimes. He's funny.
All right, I got a boomer-related question for you.
All right.
At what age did you learn how to print?
Me?
Yeah,
Like,
6 or
Print,
7? Control
like a-
P?
like a piece
Yeah,
of paper.
Yeah,
like
word
from
print.
a computer.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
6, 7, maybe 8.
Yeah, probably as soon as they started teaching us how to use computers in elementary school, maybe 7 or 8.
So my
Yeah,
cousin's going to
I'd say
school
3rd
for
grade.
computer networking, and she's taken one of her final classes. They have been working on teaching the class how to print pages for 3 weeks,
What kind of pages?
like a PDF.
Any special? Is it like you run a command and then it prints the computer to?
Nope, Command P.
To be fair, I just learned recently about that you can look at the print preview and you can change which pages and stuff you want to do. I didn't know that before, but I knew I never really had to know that before. If I printed a document, I just printed the whole document because it was a paper I was turning in or shit like that.
Yeah.
Now it's like at work, I'm like, oh, I just need pages 3 through 6 of this spreadsheet, and I don't need the other 50 of them.
Yeah, I learned that when I won't say I learned it, but I got proficient with it when I started to work. I was like, okay, I don't need the whole 120
Yeah.
pages. I need the first page and then page 67 through 72 or something like that.
Yeah,
I guess
it's
what I'm-
possible that I learned that at some point before, but
I just never had to apply it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to get at, is printing not common knowledge yet?
That's a good
I feel like
question.
it should be.
It should
Like
be.
you shouldn't be taking a college class to learn how to print,
There's
especially
a
when you
lot
pay
of-
like $4,000 a quarter for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you should
Because even
know
my
how
dad
to do.
knows how to print, and he's like the
Yeah.
most boomer when it comes to technology. Like he
Your
doesn't
dad
even have a
is-
cell phone yet.
Your dad is such a fucking boomer.
I mean,
How
he
does
does
he
have a cell
communicate?
phone.
My dad is a boomer.
He
I mean, I
has
guess most dads are, but
when he was gonna go to Korea, he got a track phone, and that was like a big upgrade to him.
Wait, when did he go? Oh, did he go visit you?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got a track phone. But other than that, he just calls me on his home phone on the weekends. And you gotta like have all your questions line up because you only get to talk to him that one time a week. Otherwise, schedules aren't gonna line up. You know.
Ask now or get voted off the
Yeah.
island.
Wait. Just call him when he's at home, like after he's done.
No,
at
but
work.
when I was in like Korea, then now that I work
Oh,
on nights, like
yeah, okay. I was like,
he's
just,
either at work or I'm at work. So
like he's probably at home at like 6 o'clock.
and he also
like,
wakes up
fine.
really early. So
Well, that's because yeah, but
he doesn't work really early. He works at like 7 o'clock or 8
Oh, I
o'clock
thought
now. So
okay.
he used to work really early, but now he's on like a
Is he-
normal schedule.
Is he doing the same thing still?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's helping disabled people get around.
Well, that was enjoyable. I like the boot. No, I actually just thought of one more.
Ooh,
This
okay.
is maybe not super
I'm
boomer,
enjoying
but
these.
so I was actually just telling this
Oh,
story.
I got one more. Now that I mention it.
Yesterday about my dad actually. So my dad was looking at this meme on Facebook, and it was like types. This was like a year ago, last
Mhm.
summer maybe. It was like types of snakes, and it showed like a king cobra and like a rattlesnake, and then it showed like a text message screenshot. And it was like, "Hey, I miss you." And I think I have this picture somewhere. He's got his phone up like this so he can read because he has he's fucking blind almost,
Yeah.
and he has a magnifying glass. I shit you not. I have this photo where he's looking at his phone with the and it's one of the ones with
He
the
doesn't
little
know how to
light
make
that
it bigger.
No, it's one of the ones with the little light that you can flick on, So he's got it with the light flicked, and he's like reading the fucking, and it's a meme, and I'm just like, do you know what you're looking at right now? And he's like, I was like, what are you looking at, Dad? And he shows me, and I was like, oh,
That's a good one.
cool, that's a good one. And he's like, yeah, look, there's a king cobra, and I was like, this. And he was in it for the snakes. He didn't even. I don't
You're
think
like, and that's a thought.
and I was. So
A
this
thought
was
of
the
Kanya.
meme. This was the meme, and it just went
Yeah.
straight over.
Why is this picture of a text message here with these snakes?
And I was just, I was like, all right, Dad, okay.
Yep, that's a snake.
I'm a snake.
A slithery snake.
God, that video. I haven't seen that video since like 8th grade.
So my mom was trying to get me to just like go into paint. Well, she didn't tell me to go into paint, but like that's just all I did. I went into MS Paint and I added
Said
some
open
arrows and
photo
text.
shop. And you're like, you
Yeah,
have to buy that.
but she didn't know how to tell me where to put the arrows at on the page. So what she did is she drew on the page like with a marker, like telling me where to put the arrows. And then
So
and then she faxed it to her email so that she could forward it to me, and I get like this scanned copy of a fucking thing. And I'm like, God damn.
holy shit.
I was like, it's
When I'm sad,
what?
we're gonna be like that at one point.
Yeah.
In time.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
100%. There's going to be shit that
I need my grandson to help me with my biomedic.
there's already
Fingerprint.
shit that I don't know how to do on my phone. That I'll like my girlfriend will be like, "Oh, I just did this and this and this with my, this, that, and the other thing," and I'm just like, "You just taught me last week how to put a filter on my fucking Snapchat picture."
You didn't know how to
Like
do
I
that?
don't. Well,
Oh.
I knew how to do one. I did not know how to do more than one.
You can do more than one.
Yeah,
Oh, God damn it.
apparently.
Well, speaking of Snapchat, I am fucking done with Snapchat and their stupid ass streaks, right? All I do on Snapchat is send people streaks, right? Maybe like once a week I'll have like a good snap I send out to people. And then other than that, I get on Snapchat, I send my streaks. People send me their streaks, I open them. It's a dark picture with just like an S on it. It's Brooks looking at me funny.
It's me while I'm taking a shit.
It's Wenzel and his picture of his cat, right? And I'm like, I don't care about this unless you're going to send me a good snap. So then the expectation is that you're just going to send out streaks and not good snaps, right? So I'm helping out their metrics by getting on every day because if I don't, I'm going to have Patrick being like, our streak's dying. You got to get on and save our streak. And not only that, I had like, it's not just you, it's like everyone, right? Like I got like 4 people getting on me. Our streak's dying. I'm like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'll let our streak fucking die. I'll drag it out back and beat our streak to death. I'm done getting manipulated by Snapchat and their stupid streaks. I'm not helping their advertisers out
And this
anymore.
was,
I'm
this
not
was
helping
like a
them
3-day
out.
thing because we were supposed to record Monday, and then
Yeah.
fucking.
Well, I did have a
Wenzel's
good snap to send, so I
Emma.
did send it to you, and I saved our streak. But I was like, God damn it, I
And
wanted
I
to
was
kill
like,
this.
yo, our streak. And you're like, we'll talk about it on the podcast. And then I was like, at Tuesday, I was like, yo, our streak. And then I was like mad. I literally fucking texted my girlfriend yesterday, and I was like, Jordan killed our streak. I'm angry. I'll read you exactly what I said.
Oh my god, you did not.
I 100% did. Let me see if I can find
I'm not
it.
getting manipulated anymore. You know, they'll let my streak die. They can't peer pressure me into getting on Snapchat every day, looking at their stupid ads, seeing stuff about fucking homosexuals with their nails done and who's the most woke.
I said Jordan killed our streak, and then like the face with the slash,
Mm-hmm.
and then I said might have to fight him.
All right, so in this day and age, right, where gaming is on the rise, there's lots of people gaming now. It's getting mainstream, right? We got gaming chairs, we got gaming headsets, we even
Drake
got gaming
playing
socks.
Fortnite with Ninja.
Yeah, we got Drake playing Fortnite with Ninja, and just when you thought we got all the gaming things you could need, they came out with the gaming browser. So Opera, which is like a small time browser, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got like 1% usage compared to like Google Chrome's like 80% user base on like desktop browsers. So you may be asking, why would I need a gaming browser? Why can't I just use Google Chrome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were you thinking that?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm
Yes.
glad you were thinking that, all right?
I like Google Chrome.
But let me tell you a little bit about this gaming browser, which seems like it may have, it may have some functions, right? So it's called Opera GX, right? It's got RGB. It syncs with your Razer keyboard and mouse.
Why do I
But
need
not
an
only that-
RGB?
Wenzel. Not only
So
that.
how does
Not only that, it's got a network limiter. So say, you're lagging out of the game all the time, you can limit your browser to, only draw so much from your network. And it's got a RAM limiter and a CPU limiter, right? So you can limit it to only, do so much specs or whatever, right? And
you have my
Twitch.
attention.
It's got Twitch integration, right? So on the sidebar, your fucking homie goes live, you can just pop it on real quick, right? Integrated right in the browser. Not only that,
Is this out already?
it's already out. It's been out for like 6 months. So it's got custom design, custom RGB colors, all that. But it's got a couple more things. It's got integrated ad block and an integrated VPN, even though you should probably be using ExpressVPN. But, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to use
Opera
it.
GX.
Opera GX.
Yeah. Here, I've got a link here. This is fucking cool.
Hit me with a hot link.
Yeah, Twitch integration. Wow, yeah, it shows you all of gaming deals, gaming news, releases.
I'm gonna download it. I'll give it a try.
Can change the. Yo, that's fucking cool.
I'm sold.
Yo, this is sick. I'm into it.
Dang. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to talk about. So the EU and the Parliament, in their infinite wisdom, has mandated that all mobile phone chargers be under the same charger, right?
They're a genius.
You think they're geniuses? You are a fan of this, Wenzel?
I am.
Wait, say it again.
So the EU, they are mandating that phone companies all integrate to the same charging port.
Oh, okay.
So I am not personally a fan of this, right? I think phone
But-
companies should have the freedom to do, to have whatever kind of phone charging port they want to have, right? Because
Sure.
right now, I would say the best phone charging port is the USB Type-C turbocharger, right? At least right now. But who's going to
Probably.
say that they all have to use that one, right? And who gets to decide? They didn't really specify who decides, you're all going to have, one type of phone. You're all going to have the USB Type-C or micro USB or the lightning cable, right? They just said you're all going to have the same one, right? Is what they said. But who gets to decide that? Number one, they're probably not going to be qualified, but they better pick the USB Type-C supercharger for the sake of my Euro friends. But number two, what happens when something comes out that's better than the USB Type-C turbocharger? Then these Europeans are just hosed because, the companies don't have the freedom to integrate,
And upgrade and
Yeah. Because everyone on Reddit was talking about, oh, this is so great. Everyone in Europe can just use the same charger. We're like, well, what the fuck,
So I like the idea because it's just like, all right,
It sounds
fuck
good
you,
on
we're not
paper, but,
dealing
like-
with it. Yeah, but exactly what you said. It's like what happens when something better comes out. Then
Not only that, but, I think if a phone company wants to shoot themselves in the foot and not use
by all
it,
means.
let them do it. Like, they're a free company, should, have the right to use a lightning cable if they want,
Yeah, there's certain things that a government should be able to control for big companies, and what kind of charger you put in your phone is probably not
That's
one of them.
definitely not on my list
Unless
of things they should.
making this one certain kind of charger is somehow like detrimental to the environment. But
Yeah, I get if your lightning charger was pouring out toxic acid every time you unplugged
if it
but...
produced actual lightning every time you plugged it in,
Yeah.
like,
I'd
all right,
get
you
if they
can't,
banned
keep
that.
doing this. We're losing fucking people left and right here. But yeah,
The goldfish is back.
oh, he's
Guess who's snack?
that other fish in a minute.
He's probably around there.
Snack again?
Where is he? Nope, he got eaten.
Wait, what? Was he there when we started the show?
Oh no, he's over there now.
Oh, man.
I
I
was like,
was going to have
Got
to
a
make
fat
this
ass
an
right
explicit
there.
show.
did we
Oh, see,
This
miss
is
right-
no longer
he's
family
right there.
friendly.
Jaws?
Big guy, little guy.
It's did he just? Oh god! I was like, holy shit! Can we just watch him? Okay.
No, he's fine. He's right
At his
here.
funeral, he's going to have one of those
Big guy's
shitty,
back there.
this is going to, because it's going to be all blown out at his funeral,
Yeah.
He's going to have Wenzel's one corner, we're going to make it the whole screen, and it's going to be all pixelated of his death. Alright, so are we ready to play our favorite
Nice.
game?
Stop looking at my fish.
Call of Duty.
A hat in time.
World of Warcraft?
I'm playing that.
All right. I think we are ready.
Alright.
So I have one first. I actually don't know where it went because I think it has been removed from the internet.
Yeah, they do that a lot over there. I'm not a big fan of that.
But so basically the gist of it is that this guy is marrying his girlfriend or fiance or whatever,
Okay.
Noise.
and he wants his girlfriend's sister to cover up her tattoos in like the she's like a bridesmaid or something in the photos. He
Mhm.
wants her to put makeup and cover herself
Where are her tattoos?
all over her arms, assuming they're pretty fucking visible in
Okay.
the photos.
Are they dope?
Well, that's the thing. They're like swastikas and things. But apparently she's not racist. She's just proud to be white. It's pretty
Okay.
fucked up. This guy is just not the asshole at all, right? Like he's
No.
just
Well, hold on. Hold on. Let me step on in here, right?
okay.
You ever heard of your man Photoshop? How hard is it to just take a picture?
And just blur it or not?
Yeah,
blur,
you
but
just take some skin from around where it's not swastika, and you just
smudge it out.
fucking put it on over there. Yeah, that's hella easy to do. They do it with acne all the time.
Yeah, I don't even think they have. I think there's just filters now that remove it. The cameras will do it for you.
Yeah, that's got to be close if that's not a thing yet.
No, literally, there's there's a Snapchat filter.
That'll remove
that
your
if I put it-
tattoos.
that if I put it on my, well, not tattoo, but if I put it
Oh,
on
acne?
my face, it'll remove.
Oh
acne.
yeah. Definitely, that
All that
exists already.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they could probably do it with tattoos.
With
They
tattoos,
just have-
that'd be the easiest Photoshop in my life. I'd do that for him in 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm really glad you went that way. I was getting really worried for a second.
Oh.
I was like, oh.
So yeah, I'm saying like, because it
A new
depends how he
host.
wants her to cover up too, because we don't have the full story. But like, I'm assuming they aren't all fully covered up, right? So to just have
Well, no,
her fully covered up
I
is kind
think
of like
he
an
wants
asshole
her
thing.
to put makeup, like it's on her arms, and he
Mhm.
just wants her to get like concealer or whatever foundation or
Mhm.
whatever girls use, and just down, and she's good to go.
I can see where she wouldn't want to because makeup's expensive, especially
Well,
foundation.
not only that, but you know, like people don't touch your face all the time. Like I think you kind of put makeup on, and then it's
Yeah,
supposed to just sit there. You don't do anything to it. Is the thing because I know when girls eat, they like do it very carefully to not mess
yeah,
up
they
their
do
makeup.
like that little.
So to have your arm on there, to just have the whole your arm being makeup, like I don't think that'll just work out as soon as easy as he's probably thinking.
What if she just put like a skin colored shirt on and stood in the back?
Stood in the back. It's just her sister. You can't just tell your sister to stand in the back.
I can tell my sister to do whatever the fuck I want her to do.
Well, then you'd be an asshole.
I don't give a fuck. It's my
Well,
wedding.
This guy'd be an asshole then.
Yeah, that's fair. It is his wedding.
It is
now.
his wedding, but like these are just the pictures of the wedding. It's not like she's standing front stage with all these swastikas at his wedding, you know?
I wouldn't ask her to come.
Because if it's just for the picture, like you normally get those photoshopped. That's standard to get any kind of imperfections
Just background.
photoshopped. You get the lighting optimized in Photoshop. Like you don't get pictures taken for your wedding and not get them photoshopped. So why not just say, okay, hey, my sister, she's kind of got these swastika tattoos. Can you help me out and take them out for me? You know, because obviously we don't want that in our wedding picture.
Okay.
So I would say everyone sucks here. Obviously, you suck for having swastika tattoos, but then this guy
Yeah.
sucks for making a sort of fit about it for just the picture. I get if he's like, hey, I want you to stand in the back for the ceremony because I don't want swastika tattoos fucking in the middle of my ceremony, you know, but for just like the wedding, I'm assuming this is like the what is it, the wedding party? I'm assuming it's just their pictures. So I'm assuming like
Yeah, I'm not 100%.
it's just
sure,
like a
but-
few people who are showing up and getting their pictures taken and then leaving. Like the day before, probably.
Okay. Are we good to go to one of the real ones?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to do the wedding one, the train one, or the customer one?
Let's
We talked
do
about weddings
let's
a
do
lot.
all the wedding ones. Let's get the weddings
Okay.
knocked out.
All right. Am I the asshole for being so upset with my bridesmaids' behavior on my wedding day? I got
Yep.
married 2 weekends ago. I asked my 3 best friends, Anna, Kelly, and Laura, to be my bridesmaids 2 years before the wedding and found them very helpful when planning. For the morning of my wedding, I hired a fancy penthouse apartment for myself and the bridesmaids to get ready. We had champagne, and as we were pouring it out, Laura said none for her. Now, Laura is the biggest party animal of us all, so we naturally questioned why she wasn't drinking. And she then told us that she was pregnant.
Aw.
Of course, I was happy for her, but obviously the focus was then on Laura and the pregnancy and not on getting ready for my wedding. Something that I had been planning for 2 years. Anyway, we all get ready and go to the venue, and the photographer kept us outside the venue for a short while so he could do posed photos with myself and the bridesmaids. I was holding my bouquet, and Anna and Kelly were holding theirs. But Laura placed hers on the floor and was sitting with her hands cradling her stomach as to emphasize her bump, which wasn't noticeable as she's barely 12 weeks. The photographer asked her to pick up her flowers, so all of us were holding our bouquets, and Laura refused and said, "It's okay, I prefer to stand like this," and carried on cradling her stomach. So now those photos just look weird. The rest of the day went smoothly until it came to the speeches, and as Laura was my oldest friend, naturally I asked her to say a few words. She stood up and said some nice words, but then ended her speech with, "And I'm so excited to announce that as the bride's best friend, I'd like her to be an honorary aunt to my baby who is due summer 2020. With her being an old family friend, of course my family was over the moon, and again the attention was on her and her pregnancy, and not me and my husband. I felt so upset on my wedding day and haven't really spoke to Laura much since. She has since sent me a text saying I'm acting like a spoiled brat and the world doesn't revolve around me. Am I the asshole?" No. So just like every other one of these that we get, it's their fucking wedding day.
I was about to say
They're
we're gonna have to ban
fucking-
weddings from
It's their fucking day. Just don't fucking.
So
like,
I get the first part. We're like, she can't drink, you know, and then this
yeah,
is just
that's fine. You
fair
can't
enough, you know.
Yeah, I'm
No,
pregnant.
you're drinking.
Yeah.
You're getting that
No,
wrong.
like
Fuck
that's.
that.
You say I'm pregnant. You say, "Oh my god, that's so good."
And then she wants to be the odd man out, like Just not holding her little bouquet, you know, like
Just fucking. It's
you hold the thing. It's not hard.
Hold
You
the
hold the
goddamn
flower.
flowers. So when are one of you two gonna get married so we can make an "Am I the asshole" about your wedding?
Okay, next one.
Yeah, on to the next one. You want to do the one about the train seat?
Yeah. Oh, actually, Wenzel, who do you think was the asshole here?
Oh, I thought we were moving on.
I mean, we can't.
The pregnant bitch.
Yeah, 100%. We all
Yeah, pregnant bitch.
pretty
We all
clear.
agree.
Okay.
Hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a
I
hammer.
think
can do
she's definitely the fucking bitch over the river this week. Her and her fucking unborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
it. Have we decided?
Yeah. It had some meat to it.
It's a sand-filled hammer.
Oh, it's one of those.
One of those.
Okay.
They
Back in the
got.
suitcase.
Why would they have a hammer with sand in it? What's
It's good
wrong
for
with
taking
metal
dents out.
hammers?
Anyway,
Cheaper.
am I the asshole for taking a used seat on the train? This happened a couple years ago, blah, blah, blah. So, normal day at work, get to Penn Station, manage to catch my train home on the LIRR. I don't know what that is. Which
It's
is a
light
normally
rail or
shitty
something.
experience anyways. It's summer, so the train is more packed than the rest of the year. So there's, tourists and interns, it's shit like that.
Long Island Railroad.
Oh, and there's some parts of the train car that have seats facing each other rather than in rows, one after the other, usually in groups of 4 or 6. My dad likes to call these the knee breaker seats because they get cramped. Anyway, I get on the already packed train. Most seats are taken, and there are already people standing near the train car doors. But then I spot a totally empty 4-seat knee breaker. So there's 4 seats.
Mm-hmm. It's like
Down
a
in a
booth
line.
almost, but without the table.
Yeah. I make my way and pop a squat, and almost immediately, an older lady, let's call her Karen, tells me that those seats are already taken. I ask her by whom, and she explains that a mother and her 2 children went to the car over to use the restroom, but it'll be right back. I did some quick math here. 1 mother, 2 kids equals 4 seats. Clearly there's room for me, right? Well, apparently not, according to Karen. She begins to berate me and tell me that it's the mother's seat, and I told her that she can't lay claim to 4 seats if there are only 3 of them, and I'd happily let her choose which one of the 3 seats she wants. Karen continues to berate me, but I'm too tired to argue, so I just put in some headphones. And a couple of minutes pass by, and the mother walks into the car and up to the seats. Now, before the mother can say anything, Karen begins to explain to her how I won't get up or move, and that she tried explaining to me that the seats were already taken. At this point, I explained to the mother that she can pick the seats she wants, but she sort of shrugs it off. Not because it was no big deal, but because she was trying to avoid confrontation. She ended up sitting opposite me with one of her kids, approximately 3 years old, on her lap, and the other, about 6, sitting next to her. For the remainder of the 40-minute ride, all I keep hearing is Karen yelling at me to get up and make room for the mom, calling me an ungrateful millennial, entitled, etc., and the mom is clearly uncomfortable with the whole thing. Now I'm fed up, and this is where he might be the asshole, apparently. I start full-on yelling at Karen that she doesn't own the fucking train and that she's a piece of crap, entitled old person, and that she thinks she has dominion over me. I call her every name in the book in front of the kids. I lost my cool. I was so done at this point. The train was too packed for a conductor to walk through, so no one ever came. I think the mother wanted to leave the area, but there was really nowhere she could go, given how packed the train was. Is this guy the asshole?
Oh, there's poor people.
No.
So, what do you guys?
I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah. I hate public transportation.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons, right? Like, I love my car. I get my own music. I get to set the temperature. There's no one else around me.
I actually hate public transportation so much that I pay thousands of dollars a year to not have to fucking take it.
Mm-hmm.
I took an Uber the other day.
Well, that's fine.
Just
That's
so I
like,
didn't have to take the bus.
yeah, that's like pretty private, and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little weird if you get those Uber drivers that like try to talk to you. It's fine if you're like in the mood to chat, but sometimes they're like, oh, but they just want to talk to you, and they're like, you not fucking talk to me, please. I'm just trying to go.
I'm just trying to go
here.
to tired Jiffy and get my car.
Yeah, one time me
That's
and my
the only
friend
time
were
I've used Uber.
That's what I use mine for.
we were meeting up with some other friends at this establishment. let's call it.
Is it
And
the
the guy,
homosexual bar that you claimed was not that homosexual, but
Yeah,
yet
no,
then
I know
showed
what
the
you're
most
talking about. Is this in
homosexual thing
Canada?
I've ever seen?
this was in no,
This was
in
in
Portland.
Canada.
This was in Portland.
Oh, I thought you were
Same
talking about.
same kind of establishment,
Oh,
but different
did it
trip.
involve fruit?
What?
Yeah, I'm
The name of
unaware.
ours had a
Oh
fruit in
no
it
no no no
and a
no
number
no
and an
no.
Indian dude.
It was the same kind of thing, but they were just kept talking. And we're like, yeah, this is the address. Just we're going here. And he's like, oh, he's just like talking to us. And we're like, we're just trying to go meet up with our friends, dude. Just like don't
So
talk to me,
my
please.
Uber asked me one question: "What radio station do you want?"
Yeah, that's
And that was it. I said a 103.7. She turned it to that, and we didn't talk until I was dropped off at the tire place.
now. What station is that? Kind of music?
It's
they got?
alt rock.
Okay.
Plays a lot of AC/DC and like Queen.
Okay. Yeah, I think that this maybe I thought that the bridesmaid was. We'll just put both of these fucking ladies in the box this week.
Karen?
Not the mom. Not the mom. Yeah, the old bitch.
Yeah.
She's the fucking bitch of the week.
I like to picture a 40-something-year-old blonde lady.
Oh no, he said it was like an old grandma. I
Yeah,
think.
I wanted to say if you're riding around on public transportation and you're that old, like you're probably a failure in life and you got nothing
I'll
else going
fucking
on.
kick you in your hip, grandma. Quit fucking screaming at me.
Yeah. Like, how much time do you have that you care that much? Like, I don't give a shit if, like, some disabled mother walked away and then, like, the basketball team went and sat down in their seats. I wouldn't say a thing. I got too much going on. I do not care who took your seat on the
Yeah,
public
if
transportation.
you
It's
fucking
public,
move,
you don't
then-
own it. Move your feet, lose your seat. That's the rule.
Mhm.
Yeah. Obviously, if I'm a younger guy and I'm on a
Yeah.
bus or something,
Like,
I
it's
never
kind of
take the bus or the
socially
train.
obligated that you have to
But
stand.
well, yeah, if I'm there, if I have a seat and there's not a lot of seats, and maybe an old lady walks in or a old or somebody is disabled or something, I'll say would you
Yeah.
like my seat? I can stand. But if you're just another fucking person, fuck you. I was here first. It's mine.
Yeah, like I'd give
You
up
know,
my seat.
You can get
like,
it when my ass
there's-
gets up.
there's some
If
old
you're off
lady or
before
whatever,
then,
right?
sucks to be you.
But I would never intervene to someone else's seat being taken.
But-
There was.
I hate
I
this
do
lady.
not have enough
I think
energy
we
to
should just
care
fucking,
about.
Anybody over probably the age of like, let's say
55.
35,
Ooh.
just take them out.
What about the mom with her 2 kids?
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Nope. I just saw a big version of
What
myself.
were you asking, Menzel?
Well, what about the mom with the kids?
What about
She's
him?
probably over 35.
Oh.
I hope.
No, this is New York, so I'd imagine that she's like probably like 30, and she's getting
Okay.
like welfare money, you know?
She can be on public transport then. She can use my tax-paying money for public transport.
I think so. Who do you think the asshole is here, Wenzel? I think you might have already
Karen.
said, but yeah, okay.
The fuck is going on back there?
Jordan?
I'd say everyone
Karen?
sucks.
Yeah, this guy is kind of a dick for going off like that, but I definitely would have done the same thing if you're like, At least I like to maybe not like. I think I would have. I might have in reality probably just been really fucking annoyed and
Yeah, I would just
when
been really fucking annoyed and like,
I think I probably
okay,
would have
boomer,
just
you know?
snapped at some point and just been like, listen, you stupid fucking
You
whatever.
give a shit.
Oh, dang it. I said okay, boomer, and my okay Google starts coming to life.
Next one.
Yep.
Sweet, we're just cruising today.
We're cruising.
We're just about sitting at an hour.
We're Zoomers.
Okay, last one here. Am I the asshole for complaining about a smelly customer to my manager? This is a long one. I work as a shelver in a library. Around the time I got the job, there was one guy who I had sort of noticed because he was smelly. Despite having a very sensitive sense of smell, I was able to largely ignore him until I wasn't. One day he came up behind me and leaned over to put a book back on a shelf above me. I felt like my airway was punched. After that, I became extremely conscious of his smell. The best way I can describe it is a week's worth of stale smoke and uncleanliness, because that's about how often he bothers to change his clothes.
Ew.
Occasionally, I would bring it up to a few senior coworkers. As time wore on, his smell caused me to develop a visual misophonic trigger. I don't know what that means. Somebody Google that.
I don't know how
I
to
would
spell that.
inst- I would instantly feel enraged at the sight of him, and having to work near him was causing me distress. It was hard not to cry when I kept feeling like I had to flee the area just to be able to breathe. Then I spotted a set of rules that patrons were expected to follow. No extreme body odor was one of them. So I finally complained to a head librarian. She knew exactly who I was talking about and said that even thinking about his smell was giving her a headache. She said she would talk to the branch manager, and I was relieved. I thought, finally, things will be settled. That was not the case. The manager didn't think the smell was that bad, and she seemed to completely overlook the fact that, unlike customers, the employees can't just get up and leave. In the meantime, I'm free to work away from him. However, this means that the carts for the section where the customer decides to park himself get backed up because I can't be near him. One day, I ran out of carts for other sections and decided to suck it up and work near him. His smell was so bad that I gagged. I complained to the manager myself that time, and she again told me that she couldn't kick him out since a week's worth of stale smoke and uncleanliness doesn't count as body odor. I screamed in the car plenty on the way home that night. Fast forward to yesterday. I was out for over a week because I got really sick, and as soon as I walk in the door, my branch manager says she wants to have a chat after I got my stuff put in my locker. She takes my sick note and then proceeds to lay into me about everything she decided she wanted to nitpick about, including how she had an issue with the way I complained about that one gentleman, without explicitly telling me what her issue was. She ended the lecture with, "We're a public building and we get people from all walks of life coming in. You're just going to have to deal with it." I could accept strong body odor because some people have medical issues that make it very hard for them to manage. That guy, on the other hand, is choosing to exercise poor hygiene. And my manager is making me feel like the asshole for complaining about him, making it uncomfortable for me and others to work. Am I the asshole?
No.
That's the classic Wenzel. As soon as he's done, no.
I have to live up to my own expectations of saying no after everything. If you'd prefer, I'd say something else.
I mean, you just said no. I mean, why?
Why? It's not that hard to take a goddamn shower.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, oh no, I gotta go clean my clothes. Congratulations, you can wear your clothes in the shower, and they get clean, kinda.
So Reddit actually voted this person to be the asshole.
Well, Reddit is dumb.
I don't know. I think maybe you just don't bitch about it so much. Like maybe you're like, yeah, this fucking sucks. Like, there's everybody. Yeah, there's parts of life you don't enjoy, and that's just kind of, sometimes it's shitty. But I don't know. Maybe I don't have a super sensitive nose, and so I don't know what it's like. But I
You
don't
tell
know.
me you've never walked through the grocery store and you smell
Do
someone.
you guys
'cause
remember
walked past
Tanner
them and they're
Smith
like,
from
"Shit."
middle school?
Yeah, he
I mean,
smelled
yeah, I definitely.
He always smelled bad in 6th grade. That was just when he was known for smelling bad. I imagine this guy smells like Tanner Smith, and you're just like, you are not
Is
the
Tanner
asshole.
Smith still alive?
That's a good question.
No idea.
But you are not the asshole for complaining about it to your supervisor. You would be the asshole if you complained directly to the guy, especially as a lowly shelf stalker. You should leave that kind of thing to your senior management to kick someone out for smelling bad or whatever. But the rules are the rules, and if you're gonna have rules, you better apply them, right?
Can you kick someone out of an establishment for smelling bad?
The rules say that no excessive body odor or bad hygiene or something like that.
So if I shit myself in an Applebee's, they'll kick me out?
If it's against their rules, I guess. She was reading the rules of the establishment where it said no rules or no bad excessive hygiene or whatever, something like that.
All right.
Because not only, right, if you don't follow your own rules that you set for your own establishment, it looks really bad on you as a manager to undercut them.
All right.
But she was voted, or OP was voted the asshole by Reddit, essentially because, like, she doesn't know what the guy's going through. Maybe he has, like, a skin condition or is homeless. Because the top comment was like, yeah, you are the asshole, because I'll basically summarize the top comment that some commenter worked with someone who had a skin condition and they always smelt bad, and then they ran into them a few years later and they got it figured out. And the person with a skin condition felt really bad for always smelling bad, but there was nothing they could really do about it, basically.
Easy, just take a potato peeler to your skin and just like take it off. Yeah.
But the top comment said that a few years later she ran into her and she had a bunch of hygiene products in her purse and she started crying. But if that's what you have to do to not smell bad, like, that's what you have to do, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's hard to, like, find something similar to, like, just walk around smelling bad. But, like, I'd imagine it's a lot like having a kid who just runs around and screams all the time, right? And if I got to pull out, like, my backpack and be like, oh, yeah, my kid no longer screams. Look, I got to feed him all this medication, right? Like, that's what you have to do to make your kid not fucking run around and scream all the time or whatever, you know?
You got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. What's Patrick doing? He's really into that.
I was reading the comments.
Oh, okay. So what's your analysis?
Yeah, I think that this is, like I said before, not the asshole.
Okay.
You probably should just suck it up.
Embrace the
Sometimes,
stank.
I don't know about that. Obviously, you just like, man, this sucks. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe it's not your place to be like, yo, dude, can I buy you a stick of deodorant? Like, maybe if you see him like outside, because they're somewhere, like it's a public library. Maybe you see him at the park or something and be like, yo, I know you come to the library sometimes. I think I've seen you there before, right? And be like, can I like give you some deodorant? Just like outside of work. Is that, I don't know. Can you get in trouble for that? Like,
That's a fair question, but so my thing is that just because it's a public library, right? Like, that doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want there, right?
yeah, that's true. You can't. Yeah.
And same thing with, like, I don't know, anywhere else. Like, Walmart's a public establishment, you know? Like, it's
Yeah.
owned privately, but anyone can just walk into Walmart and be there, you know? Like, they're not going to kick you out.
Well, I can't actually.
Oh, well. I mean, I did
No,
get kicked out of a Walmart once.
They tried to kick me out of that Walmart before, actually, with Josh.
Wait. Why?
We were just like younger. We were like, I don't know, maybe 14, and we would just like go there sometimes. His mom would like have to go shopping. We'd like go play Magic on Friday, and then his mom would have to go like shopping. So we just go like fuck around with the carts, and we would like have shopping cart races. Yeah, we would have like shopping cart races and shit, and they'd be like, "You need to stop or leave," and we just like would keep fucking around. And it was just like, "You need to go, get out," and we're like, "Fuck you, no," like.
No.
Who are you? We're just like, who the fuck are you? And so we just like put the shopping carts away, and then like, yeah, they tried to make us leave a bunch of times, but no, we never. We just
Those two shitheads are racing carts in the alley again.
one time Josh pretended that he was like we told them that Josh was like I don't know, from Germany. We told him he told them he was foreign, and he didn't. He was like an exchange student, and I was like, "You got to help me find him. I don't know where he went. He's here somewhere.
That's fucking hilarious.
He doesn't speak English. I don't know where he is." And we just like,
Was he like hiding in the shelves?
yeah, he like picked somewhere to hide, and then
It's fucked up. It's hilarious. You were the asshole.
hey man,
Am I the asshole? Staff edition.
you got to do what you got to do. I think. Anybody have anything else?
Yeah, we don't really have an outro, so